If you want to see part 4 of my makeup collection, in this case, single eyeshadows, then stick around. You survived the palette videos well if you are here for the singles. So let's talk a little bit about my single eyeshadow collection. And I want to start off with this one. These are, for the most part, my Cleonade, all up here. And this palette, before the end of the month, will be filled with another 8 highlighters by Cleonade, and I think 4 more singles. So 4 or 5, depending on what they can send me. So this palette will be all Cleonade plus a little bit of spillover. Very, very pleased. This is the Harvest Moon collection. This is the Sorbet highlighter. I love the formula on Cleonade, and I am waiting to get the rest of what I wanted from that brand in order for me to do a focus on Cleonade singles. So you can be expecting that. Down here I have 3 Sephora singles that I was able to get on super sale, and actually forgot to include this one in my video on lime green eyeshadows. I only looked at my palettes, and this is a fantastic one that I cannot believe that I forgot about. Can you see how, oof. So there you go. You've got a swatch from this as well. So there is an extra lime green if that is your jam. And you can tell, now that it's all powdery, you can tell why I bought this one. I love lime green, and it's a sparkly kind of yellowy lime green, beautiful. And this is the single shadow that survived the declutter of one of my only palette before I went into this journey of discovering a ton of eyeshadow over the last couple of years. So that is Cleonade and most of my Sephora singles. Let's just take care of the rest of my Sephora singles. There's only one more, and this is actually considered an eyeshadow primer. So that is the only other one that I have. I have a couple from Smashbox. I can't remember. I think it's from the Golden Hour palette. A couple of blushes from Makeup Forever that I also use as eyeshadow sometimes. And this is a tiny, tiny Makeup Forever single here. This is a finishing powder, so we won't talk about that. Next up, I have, oh, I'm sorry, I don't think of it as a single, because to me it's a duo, but this is another Sephora, sold at Sephora, but I don't think it was I think it was a Sephora collaboration, and I like this pan because I have my brow bone highlight and crease shade if I want to just quickly put this in a magnetic palette for travel, so that is why I purchased it. I have not used it yet because I'm using that other cream color from Sephora that I showed you earlier. And this is an Annabelle Trio. Again, I think it's great for bringing along, but I have just not been using it yet, which I'm fine with. I'll get to it. It's a color, I love this kind of a green, so it's a color I'll get to. So yeah, those are my singles there. I think I'll cover Urban Decay next. I have trouble thinking of Urban Decay singles as singles because I do consider them more like sets. I have this quad that I move single Urban Decay shadows around. I don't want to go and name each one. I think that would just take too much of your time. I just want to show you the shadows. So I have 4 in here. In here I have a ton of my pencils and shadows. The ones in the lighter packaging, those are my Moon Dust shadows. And then I have in the regular packaging a couple, well, I was going to say a couple mattes, but there's a bit of shimmer in here. And then the baked or half baked, I can't remember. It's baked. This one is kind of a cult classic. And so I have double-sided pencils, extra pencils for the large size, and then minis as well. I really enjoy considering singles and pencils as full options when I'm doing an eye look. And so you'll see this one in my book style case, always behind me, because I tend to reach for these a lot. And then this is my big boy from this past year in 2018. I hemmed and hawed for 6 months before I got this, and I'm so glad I did. There are 20 singles in here and 20 pencils, and I have used the heck out of it so far and will continue to do so. And I do want to keep all of these in this case. I think they are fabulous, and I tend to think about this big box as more of a palette than singles. So, and actually this whole set, I tend to think about it almost like a one-stop kit. So yeah, they are singles, but in my eyes, they're in a different category. Since we are talking singles, I do want to mention that I have, believe it or not, 11 of these. And these are amazing, by the way. If you shop on Sephora online, you can get a maximum of 3 of these quads. They're $1 each, and they are magnetized and they hold the conventional size round single pans. And so they are the absolute best deal you can get. And look, I mean, look at this. For $1, you can't go wrong. And they probably will win me over. I'll probably end up getting a few single Anastasia shadows. I've been coveting Love Letter, so I'll probably eventually get it. But again, not this year because I'm not buying anything. But I'm very, very happy that I have these. And the suggestion came from a subscriber to Too Much Tash. And so, yeah, I was so happy I watched that video because, yeah, they're a steal. They're fantastic. We're going to get into singles, but a lot of my singles are cream or glitters. So we will just go, I've got 3 of these jars here. We'll just go through all of the jars. The first 6 that I want to talk about are my Cover FX Shimmer Veils. So I did end up picking up all 6, and I'm just a big fan of these cream type products, and I'm looking forward to really trying these out in 2019. So if you're curious, there are 6 colors. There's Celestial, Magic, Halo, Soleil, and Halo does have a little bit of iridescence to it in a neat way, and Amethyst and Moonstone. And these 2 were the first 2 I got, and apparently they just weren't very popular, and I'm kind of going, why? They're amazing, but who knows? In here I have a couple of mixing mediums. So I've got the Lise Wattier, and I have Makeup Forever glitters. These were from the holiday collection this year. I'm very happy that I got them. It's 2. There's Starlit Powder and glitter, and you can tell why I was interested in these. They're just beautiful. This one I'm really interested in, and they were so much cheaper than the Anastasia glitters. That's why I went for these. Glitter glue. I also have 4 of the Too Faced glitters, and I have to admit that I've only used one of them, and I'm surprised. I used this one, and it was, when I did use it, it was bam on the eye. So I do want to give glitters more love this year. I might do what Emily Noel 83 did, and that is do a glitter month. That would really help me get into glitters. These are 4 glitters that I got from Sephora on sale, clearance after Christmas. And I just like the fact that it is Christmas colors for the most part, like the green and the gold. Well, actually, all of these 3. And so I can see myself using them next year, next Christmas season. Although, this would be very nice for Valentine's Day, wouldn't it? So, and I feel like I've got enough glitter now, but also another mixing liquid here. So I feel like I've got everything that I need to be playing with it. And a couple of singles from Pat. I don't know if it's supposed to be McGraw or McGrath, but Gold, which is, this one was, I was not too crazy about everything in the Metamorphosis package, but this gold it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And so I really think this is beautiful, though I cannot believe I have not used it yet. This is ridiculous. And then this one, which is a more muted gold. It has a bit of a bronzy look, but look at these colors, right? Holy cow, I hope that, yeah, that's coming out on camera. Look at that gold, just beautiful. So with the mixing liquid, I can do something pretty awesome. If you want a crazy gold look, please let me know. I have 3 of these, which I have used for sure quite a bit this year. The Amber Rush, this one is I keep forgetting this one, Always Pearly Pink, and the Latte. I think it's just latte, iced latte. And these are great. If you are looking for kind of creamy eyeshadows, I really think that these L'Oreal singles these infallible singles are terrific. And speaking of really neat singles, these chrome colors from Annabelle are beautiful. They're very, very creamy. And if you want to have almost like liquid metal on your eye, you can achieve that with this cream color. They're both beautiful. So to do a smoky eye and to add these 2 chrome paints on top is beautiful. Silver and Mercury. They're gorgeous. If there's anything that you see here that you want to see applied, just let me know. The next grouping are products that I have to admit I have not really played with, and I'm just nervous about them. I managed to get 4 of these. I kept myself to 4 because I would have purchased more, I can tell you. These are the Tarte, what are they called? Clay pots. I had coveted clay pots for over a year before I got them, and when they went 50% off, I thought, sold. So there's Merlot. This one is Lucky Penny, probably my favorite out of the bunch. This one I'm really curious about. This is Camo Cool. And then finally I got Brown, which, sensible. But you can use these, you see the colors here, you can use these as eyeshadow and you can use them as liner. And I've seen the pictures, they look beautiful, but I have for some reason not used them. And I've been nervous about cream products, but I'm getting so much better, and every time I do start using a cream product, I never regret it. So this has to be the year. Now these, you will see a lot of use out of. And that is because, this one not so much obviously, but I used the heck out of them this Halloween. You see quite a bit of use here. And then this one here. Look at how much blue I used, but I did a full face with this color. And it is beautiful. Like it's a beautiful blue. Very vibrant blue. And these were discontinued, but look at that color, right? You really, as a base, and I'm starting to get into bases, I can tell you I will use more of these colors. My use of bases has really surprised me late this year and late in 2018 and early this year, and yeah, really big fan. Now these I've used on my channel already, and this is Oil Slick by Butter London. And the Butter London shadows are very, very wet and jelly-like, kind of. Putty-like, maybe, I'm not sure how to display it, but when they're on the lid, they look amazing. You can appreciate this, come on, like this is so amazing. They look so good on the eye. And then Mermaid Tail, I think this one is. Mermaid, just Mermaid. This one I was wearing in a video, and I know that left quite an impression with a few people. So really am a big fan of the Butter London eyeglosses. Glazin eyeglosses, apparently is what they're called. I'm going to have single shadow stuff all over. All right, let's move on. Now I consider these guys like single eyeshadows as well, so I'm going to take all of these out. As you can tell, I only have one full size of these, the Stila ones anyway. Okay, so these, this one is technically an eyeliner, but I included it here because I do use it as a topper. So it's very, very definitely sparkly. So it's a way to put on glitter without having to commit to the whole glitter glue thing. And the only one I had until recently was this one, the Zodiac. But I enjoyed this one so much, I ended up picking more when they went on half off. So I have Chemtrail, Vega, Solstice, which I think is just beautiful. This one is, I can never remember this one, Magnetic, and Space Time. This, because I talked about Solstice, let me just swatch that one for you. And you have a lot of precision because it comes with a brush. You can tell I like that rust or kind of burgundy base with the bluish green. I'm always drawn to those. Very, very nice. They go on wet, they dry down, they tend to be able to hold the glitter and not budge, and I'm very happy with the Moon Dust. And I also, you saw if you watched earlier in my singles, you would have seen the powder version of these as well. I have 6 of the powder version, and I made sure that I did not duplicate. If I have Moon Dust liquid, I did not buy the powder, so that I'm keeping my collection as diverse as possible. In this grouping, I only have one from Jouer, and that came with the Making Magic Ultra Foil palette. And it is, I did swatch it in that video, it's very, very deep. And like the Annabelle Chromes, I think that these would pair very well. This would pair very well with a smoky eye. Next up, I have Kitten Karma. This is like a cult classic at this point for Stila shadows. And it's, everybody swatches this one. I probably shouldn't have because you've already seen it 100 times. But I did pick up a kit of 6 for a great deal at Shoppers Drug Mart this holiday season. And I have 3 that are glitter and glows. Diamond Dust, which I had been coveting for a while. Plum On, which I know will look great with green eyes. And then this one I didn't really know about, Smoky Storm. But I mean, it's a bronzy shade, not something that I would shy away from, although it looks somewhat similar to Kitten Karma in a way. And then, I got a mini of a Kitten Karma, and I did pass that along since I had a full size of it already, and I have enough minis to keep me busy for a while. Now these I haven't heard great things about, and I haven't tried it yet, probably because I'm nervous now. And these are 3 of the Shimmer and Glows, and the colors are Pigalle, Kitten, so I guess a shimmer version of the Kitten Karma, and then the Jezebel. These are, I'm not as jazzed about. If there's something that I'm jazzed about is going to be this one, the Pigalle. And I did swatch all of them way back, and Pigalle was definitely one that I was excited about. But yeah, I consider these singles just like I consider my powder singles. That's it for part 4 of my makeup collection, in this case, single eyeshadows. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.